Joining us tonight is Mark Short, the Chief of Staff for the Vice President. Mark, first of all, good to have you with us. And this is an extraordinary moment in hearing history to see one witness of his standing, ambassador to the European Union, contradicted by the State Department, by the Energy Department, by the Office of the Vice President. What in the world has happened here?
Well, Lou, thanks for having me on tonight. I think this is one more chapter in this crazy book on impeachment that the Democrats have launched. It's been going on since, honestly, the not last few months. As you know, it's been going on ever since Donald Trump won election in 2016. It's been 3 years of more or less an endless investigation, and now we're impeachment in pursuit of a crime. And the reality to your question is that I was with the Vice President in Poland for the entire time. Right. There was never a moment when Ambassador Sondland was alone with the Vice President. He testified that he made these comments in a pre-brief that I attended. The others that also attended, I've asked today. Nobody recalls any conversation that Sondland suggested today that he had in that environment. So it's dismissed by our office, but I think that the greater shame, again, is that what's actually not happening in Congress today, Lou, because it's not just promises Democrats made in 2018 to work with this administration on infrastructure or lowering drug prices or in passing trade deals like USMCA. But tomorrow, the president's going to be forced to sign another continuing resolution to keep our government open because they haven't passed the most basic fundamental rights of funding our government. And Lou, in that bill is a pay raise for our men and women in uniform. And you know what else is in that bill? Is $250 million for Ukraine. Right. So the irony is that Democrats are having impeachment hearings over delaying Ukraine funding for Ukraine, yet in the bill that's supposed to be passed is more funding for Ukraine that they're tying up to do impeachment hearings.
And as the president points out, the USMCA involves a larger trade relationship among the United States, Canada, and Mexico, far larger than the trade relationship between China and the United States. And for Nancy Pelosi to adamantly refuse, it is just stunning to watch this unfold, because the president and the vice president, I must say, on the road today, I think I saw on his schedule 2 separate events today, the president going off to Texas as well. I mean, they seem to be the only ones in this government working. Right. Perhaps the judiciary I should take a greater account of, but I'll give them an exemption today.
Well, Lou, the vice president was in Wisconsin today, where the administration has created tens of thousands of new jobs. As you said, USMCA is the largest exporting countries are Canada and Mexico for the United States. But USMCA is particularly beneficial to those Midwestern states like Wisconsin. That's not just important for auto manufacturers, but we're opening new dairy markets that previously were closed to Wisconsin. And as you know from polling today that came out from Marquette University, in Wisconsin, support for impeachment continues to decline, and new polling has President Trump leading all the Democrat contestants in Wisconsin, which I think is a remarkable data point as to what's happening in the backdrop of these impeachment hearings.
You are an insightful observer of Washington politics and beyond. We're looking at a poll from the Politico asking, do you support the impeachment inquiry? That number of opposing among independents continues to rise. The Democrats are losing. Perhaps I think most of us could argue that the independent vote here will be the most important in 2020. The poll's showing 47% of independents just outright opposed to this farce. What is your judgment about the impact of the way this inquiry, as the Dems like to refer to it, how is it going and how is it going to play?
Well, Lou, I think that our nation right now is pretty polarized, but I think what most Americans cannot tolerate is Congress pursuing an effort to overturn the will of the American people when an election is less than a year away. And they're doing it by, at the same time, they're not doing things the American people care about. What is any legislative accomplishment that Democrats can point to since the 2018 midterm elections? When they traveled the country, they said, we will pass new health care legislation. We'll work with this administration to lower drug prices. We'll work with this administration to pass infrastructure. We'll work with them to pass new trade deals. They have nothing to show ever since 2018. And here we are now in December, end of the year, and all we're doing is more endless investigations. I think the American people are tired of it. They're frustrated, and they look at the record of this administration, and they see record low unemployment, all-time lows for African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, 500,000 new manufacturing jobs, nearly 7 million new jobs created since this president came elected, markets at all-time high, and the president doing more to secure our border, the president rebuilding our military. The record is something they can't run against, which is why they're pursuing impeachment. But voters can be frustrated when they have nothing to show for what they've done ever since they became in power.
It's not the president's record is not only impressive politically, but it is, in point of fact, absolutely historic and overwhelming electorally, and the Democrats clearly understand that, and this is, frankly, their sorry last resort. Mark, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thanks for all you do, Lou. Thanks for having me on.